Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Rustam. Now, this video series is for BS 4th semester students studying phonetics and phonology, the course prescribed by AST and Azara University at Mansehra. So, in order to study this course, which is a 3 credit hours course, and we have 48 lectures for this. So there's a long list of books, but I have provided PS students two books in hard form. One is AIOU Allama Iqbal Open University, Islamabad, book on phonology, and the second one is Peter Rogue book on phonology. So in front of you is the book from Allama Iqbal Open University, Islamabad. So this book, as you can see here, it has got eight units, but these four units, like unit 1, 2, 3, and 4, they are about segmental phonology. Okay, they will talk about segments. Okay, and in the second 3 units, fifth, sixth, and 7, so these units make up one group. So they relate to suprasegmental phonology, in which we study sounds in connected speech. Okay, and in the third part, or the last unit number 8, we will be talking about teaching our pronunciation or contrastive phonology, as I have shown here. Contrastive phonology means that we are going to contrast sounds of English with sounds of Urdu. So two languages will be in contrast to each other. So this is how we are going to study this book. Now, why am I recording this lecture? I want to facilitate BS students, those who are, let's say, reading this book at their own at home. So if some sentence, some phrase, some word is not clear to them, so I'm going to quickly voice over some of the points, so that it is easy for them to read through the books. Now let's go to the next page. In this page, the writers who have composed this book at Allama Iqbal Open University, they say that language is a system of systems. Okay, now when they say system of system, and here they mention that one of the system is grammar and the another system is phonology. So what is the third system? Let me show you notes that system number 1 is phonology, that is sounds. Then we have grammar means morphology and syntax, and system number 3 is semantics. So language is system of system, no doubt, that because first of all we have the foundation, that is sounds. Okay, sounds. So language is basically sounds. Then on this system we have another system known as words. So sounds move into morphemes, and morphemes give us words. That's why this system is known as grammar. This is phonology. Okay, and this is grammar. So grammar mean sound, like here is a word vet. So vet is a word, but we also call it a morpheme, and as we can see, this consists of 3 sounds. So sounds move into morpheme. Okay, then we have the third system of meaning. So meaning, ultimate end of a language is to communicate messages and meaning in real life situation. So starting from sounds, this is the structure of language. We move into morphemes. Okay, and morphemes give us words, and then these words give us syntax or sentences, and then we move into a meaning or discourse. So that's why the writers of this book say that language is system of systems. Okay, now here they also use that this book is primarily for phonology, that is to teach phonology. So phonology means study of sounds of a particular language. So they mentioned that in this first page, the authors mention that there are two types of script. Script are writing system. One is a written script writing system, and another one is speaking script or phonetic script. Phonetic script. So let me show you the notes that one is writing alphabet or writing script, which consists of 26 letters of alphabet in English, and the another one is known as phonetic alphabet or phonetic script, and it consists of 44 phonemes or sounds. So we can say there are two types of alphabet. One is regular alphabet, and we all know that it consists of writing symbols, which are 26, or print symbol. The books are printed using these 26 letters of alphabet. This alphabet is known as regular alphabet. And another alphabet is phonetic alphabet, and this has got 44 symbols known as phonemes. That's why we say IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. So please read this page at home, and if any word or phrase is not clear to you from this page, you can record your voice using WhatsApp. You can send me an SMS, or you can email me, okay, and I will help you with the comprehension of this page. Now let's move to the next page of this book. So I'm just trying to introduce you to introductory unit of Allama Iqbal Open University Phonology Book. Now here the authors mention phonetics and phonology. So these are interrelated branches. Actually, there is a minor difference, that phonology is language specific. Language specific mean that we can use this term like Urdu phonology, English phonology, Japanese, French, German, Pashto phonology, Hindko phonology, Punjabi phonology, Sindhi phonology. But we can't use this term with phonetics. We can't say Urdu phonetics. We can't say English phonetics. Why? Because phonetic is a general study of human speech sounds, how they are produced from the mouth, how they travel from the mouth to the ear of the listener, and how the ear receives them and perceives them, and then how they are sent to the mind for processing. So this is known as phonetics. In this we will study speech organs, etc., and how the air is pushed from the lungs into the vocal tract, etc. Now phonology and phonetics has three further branches, and even the phonology has three branches. Okay, now what are the branches of phonetics? Let me show you a notes which I have just prepared. As you can see here, there are three branches of phonetics. One is articulatory phonetics, another one is acoustic phonetic, and third one is this one, auditory phonetics. So what happens in articulatory phonetics? We study how sorry how sounds are produced from the mouth. Okay, then after the production of sound from the mouth, the second branch is acoustic phonetics, in which we study how sounds travel from mouth to the ear of the listener, and in this branch we study physical properties of sounds, and there are machines which give us bands of frequencies. So it is a physical thing, like we can like sound like this. We can have prints of sounds which will tell us voicing features, which will tell us length of long vowels, short vowels, etc. And the third one is this one, auditory phonetics. So it deals with reception of sounds by the ear and their processing in the brain. Okay, now if phonetics has got three branches, so phonology also has got three branches. Although phonology does not have branches, what is phonology? It is a precise study of speech sounds in a particular language. So the word particular has to be mentioned here, as is mentioned here. We are going to take a one language. Let's say right now I'm recording my lecture for English phonology. English phonology. So only English speech sounds will be discussed. Now in Urdu we have 57 sounds and 37 letters of alphabet. But in English we have 44 sounds and 26 letters of alphabet. So currently I am discussing English phonology. So what is the definition of phonology? Phonology is a precise study of speech sounds of a particular language. Okay. Now these study of sounds can be conducted at three levels or at three stages. First stage is known as segmental phonology. Let me show you the note. Okay, as you can see here, let me show you the note. So stages of studying sounds. One is segmental phonology. In this we study segments like phonemes, consonants, vowels, okay, voicing feature, then how they form patterns like syllables, etc. In second study of sounds is sounds in context or sounds in connected speech. This is known as suprasegmental phonology. Okay, and third study of sounds is known as contrastive phonology. In contrastive phonology, we are going to contrast English speech sound with Urdu speech sounds. One another language is taken up for study. So three levels of studying sounds or three stages of studying sounds. One is segmental, another one is suprasegmental, and third one is contrastive study. Okay, let me close the note. So hope you have got. If anything remains to be discussed on this page, so you are requested to read this page closely, and if you found anything which is not comprehensible to you, you are requested to send me an SMS, and you can call me even, and you can get a clarification. I want you that each and every phrase and sentence and word on this page is clear to you. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Okay, here the authors discuss speech organs or articulators. Okay, so here in this diagram, let me magnify. So these are articulators, like we have teeth, then we have alveolar ridge, this one is here, then this is the upper part of the mouth, and as you can see here we have hard palate, soft palate, and uvula. So this is hard palate, this is soft palate, also known as velum, and this hanging portion of soft palate is known as uvula. The area behind the tongue is known as pharynx, and this is epiglottis. Then we have voice box somewhere here, larynx. Inside is known as larynx and outside is known as Adam apple. Then we have two pipes together, lying together. One is this pipe known as windpipe, and another one is this pipe known as food pipe. So our concern is with windpipe, which is known as trachea. Food pipe is known as esophagus. Okay, so now on the next page we have detail of these organs. So you can read this detail: alveolar ridge. So definitions have been given: nasal cavity, hard palate, soft palate, uvula, pharynx, esophagus, trachea, etc. So uh, you need to read these. Now in the at the next page we have epiglottis, larynx, and vocal cords, and then Adam apple. This is outer part of a voice box. Now sounds are particularly consonant sounds. There are 44 sounds, let me mention here. So out of these, 24 sounds are known as consonant sound, and 20 sounds are known as these vowel sounds. Okay, so both the sounds, both types of sounds are studied differently. Okay, so if we talk about consonant sounds, so here you can also refer to the book of Paul Tench, pronunciation skills. Okay, it was published by Macmillan in 1981. So at page 119, the detail is given about all these sounds. So now consonants are those sounds which are produced with an obstruction. Okay, so let me take you to this page again. So if the outgoing means the air from lungs travel into this vocal tract and comes at the lips and goes out. If during this travel the air is subjected to obstruction at any place, so this is known as consonant sound. And if the air goes out from the lungs traveling into the vocal tract and going into the atmosphere without any obstruction, this type of sound is known as vowel sound. This is a basic difference, consonant and vowels. So now consonants are further divided. Consonant have three features. One is voicing, that whether the vocal cords vibrate when they are produced. Second is places of articulation. Okay, and the third one is manner of articulation. Okay, now we let's say, when we say in the next slide, at the next page, I'll explain manner of articulation, but here at this page places of articulation are mentioned. So bilabial sounds are those sounds in which both the lips come together and outgoing air is completely stopped. Okay, as you can see here, we have these four sounds like p, b, w. So they are produced at lips, and outgoing air is subjected to obstruction. Now these sounds, next is labiodental. So this is place of articulation or place of production. So what happens, upper teeth on lower lip. Okay, and let me pronounce it. So the first one is voiceless and second one is voiced. Voicing is a feature when let's say there are two flaps here. Let me show you. This is voice box. Inside voice box there are two flaps. Okay, and when air passes through them, it causes a vibration. If it causes a vibration, the sound produced is known as voiced. Okay, and if there is no vibration, then the sound produced is known as voiceless. So out of 44 phonemes, 20 vowels are voiced. That is, when in the production of vowels, these vocal cords, they vibrate. Now out of 24 consonant sounds, almost 11 vowel sounds are those in which these vocal cords vibrate. So 11 vowel sounds, and let me say, we can later on study, but I think half of the consonants are also voiced. So voicing is an important feature. So now the third place of articulation is dental. So these two English sounds are produced at dentals, like upper teeth on the tip of the tongue, the, and then we have alveolar ridge, rough area which is behind the teeth. Okay, so what happens? Tip of the tongue on hard ridge behind upper teeth. Tip of the tongue on hard ridge behind upper teeth. So these sounds are produced here, as we can see here. D, s, s, z. Okay. This is nasal sound. This one nasal sound. Air is directed through nose, and this one, this is a lateral sound. The air escapes on either side of the tongue out into the air, and again tip of the tongue goes close to the ridge and then coiled back. So these sounds are produced at alveolar ridge. Now another place of articulation is palatal alveolar. So it is the place between palatal and alveolar ridge. Let me show you the diagram here. So let me show you the place. If this is hard palate, okay, and this area is known as alveolar ridge. So sound this place, okay, the if we see the tongue position, so this is front of the tongue, and this is back of the tongue. So this area is known as blade of the tongue. So blade is almost underneath the palato-alveolar ridge. So this is palatal. Sounds produced here are known as palatal, and here alveolar ridge, alveolar sound, and sound between these two are known as palatal alveolar or alveolar palatal, alveolar palatal or post alveolar. Post alveolar mean here. So let me take you to the place of articulation here. So see the sounds. The tip of the tongue is raised towards the roof of the mouth between the alveolar ridge and hard palate. So in between the area, this is hard palate, this is a ridge, alveolar ridge, and somewhere here. So tip of the tongue, not blade, rather tip of the tongue is raised towards this. Now these are the sounds. Shh, this one, then this is zzz, this is voiced. Okay, now this one, this is known as affricates, ch, and the last one j, j. Okay, now we have this another place of articulation, palatal. It is clear, hard palate. So front of the tongue is raised to hard palate. Okay, and here one sound is mentioned, this one j, j, like when we say jam in English, this is the word jam, so it is transcribed phonetically like this, jam. So this sound j. Okay, now vila means velum or soft palate, velum or soft palate. Let me show you the area. So this area is known as soft palate or velum. This area is known as soft palate or velum. So sound back of the tongue is raised to this. Back of the tongue is raised to this, and sounds, as you can see here, back of the tongue is raised to soft palate. And sounds produced are three. As we can see, these are consonant sound, k, k, and this one, and then this one, g, g, and then this one, ng, ng. If when we are going to study contrastive phonology, I'll explain that Urdu phoneme, this sequence of phoneme, noon and gaf, and sometime noon gunna. This if this symbol, let me give you another example, king. Now if this king, so as we write it in Urdu, king, so if it is at the end, it will be like this, okay, king. So this is the sound noon and gaf, this is represented by this angama. And sometime it is inside, if we say, let's say any word in which it may occur in the middle, so at that time it will give us this sound noon gunna. Okay, I'll explain it when I come to explain the consonant chart. Okay, last one is a glottal sound, and it is not produced anywhere above the pharynx. It is just in the neck, or we can say in the throat. In the throat we have the vocal cords. Outer part is known as Adam apple. Let me take you back to the picture here. As you can see here, this is our throat. Okay, outer part is known as Adam apple, and inner part is known as larynx. So this is also known as voice box, because voicing feature is added to the sounds here. So only one sound, that is this one. This sound is produced here, and it is like this. Okay, so these are kinds of consonants depending upon, and this is a vowel chart. This shows only the monophthongs, because vowels are 20 and they are further divided into two groups. One is known as monophthongs, and second one is known as diphthongs. So monophthongs are 12 and diphthongs are 8. And monophthongs are monophthongs, sometimes we pronounce them mono means single sounds, and diphthong means double sounds. Monophthongs, they are further divided into 7 and 5. 7 are short vowel sounds and 5 are long vowel sounds. And this chart represents only 12 phonemes which are known as monophthongs. Okay, so I'll explain it later on when we study unit number 3 on vowels. Now these are the phonemes. Total 44 phonemes are mentioned here, as you can see here. And now this one b, this one t, this one d, this one k, this one g. Okay, as you can see here, the words pin, bat, tea, day, key. Okay, get, g. Now this is affricate, ch, and this is known as j, as you can see here, jam. In contrastive phonology, we can show it like this, j, and this one as j. Okay, now this word chain will be represented in phonetic description like this, chain. Okay, now this is known as fricative. Okay, upper teeth on lower lips, and as it is voiceless, so we don't hear any buzzing sound, so that's why you might be hearing whispering sound. And we push the air through a narrow passage. Now this one is known as v. Okay, now these two are known as dentals. Okay, tip of the tongue comes in between the teeth by native speakers, but we Pakistani speaker can't put the tip of the tongue between the teeth. We just put it behind the upper teeth, like th, this one th. Now this one the. Okay, now this is also fricative. Okay, this one is known as voiceless, and this is voice. Snake, sip. Okay, now this one zebra, zero, zip, like this. Now these two again fricative. The first one will be pronounced as ship, sheet. Okay, shine, like this. And this one is known as j. Okay, j, pleasure. In contrastive phonology, when we are going to compare it with Urdu phonology, it will be like this, as you can see here, Farsi ye, we call it Farsi ye. Okay, like in television, like television, this sound is there, television. So this is the sound. This sound can be here, pleasure, garage, like this. Okay, now this one is also fricative. Now these three consonants are known as nasal sounds. Nasal, because here is epiglottis comes down. Sorry, not epiglottis. Soft palatal velum comes down and touches the back of the tongue, and the air is directed through the nose. Now this is and this is and the last one is okay, this one. So this one is produced like it is bilabial sound. Okay, both the lips together. And this one tip of the tongue touches the alveolar ridge. While you are listening to this audio recording, you can even practice them. So feel where the articulators move. Tongue is a movable articulator. and rest of the articulators like alveolar ridge, teeth, and soft palate, hard palate, they are stationary. Okay, now sorry, this one is known as lateral sound, lateral sound. Okay, because air goes on either side of the tongue. Okay, again it is alveolar sound. Alveolar mean the tip of the tongue touches almost the alveolar ridge. Okay, now again alveolar ridge is being touched. So now this one is known as y, y. Okay, y. So it is palatal alveolar sound. And last one is again bilabial sound, w, w, like word, wet. Okay, so here we have a list of these what should I say 20 vowel sounds. Now this word vowel, VOWEL, vowel. Now it is pronounced at vowel, vowel. Like in Urdu, they usually students pronounce as vowel. It is not vowel. It is not like a vowel. It is vowel, like this, vowel. But if you feel difficulty in pronouncing it like vowel, so you can say wall sound, wall, the way we say wall, WALL, wall. Anyhow, so there are 20 vowel sounds, and let me show you the vowels here, symbols. This is a long vowel sound, and this is a short vowel sound. So long vowel sounds are accompanied by a colon. Okay, like two dots are placed in order to show the length. Now this is short vowel sound, this is short vowel. Now this is long vowel sound, as I have shown here separately. So two colon will be put after the sound. It is a long vowel sound. Now this is short vowel sound, this is again long vowel sound, I have shown here. So this is short vowel sound like lot, dog, like this is in good, put. And this is long vowel sound, as I have shown here. So there will be a colon like this. So I think in this book they have not put it. So again this is a long vowel sound, I have shown it here, long vowel. These are long vowel sounds. Okay, now this is shwa, against. This is pronounced as against. Okay, now here up till here we have monophthongs. Monophthongs are single vowels. Now we are having this area is known as diphthongs, double vowels. They are also known as glides. Okay, glides. Okay, now this is this, although they have got two symbols, but they represent one sound, time. Now this is now, this is late, cage, page, etc. Now this is like road, home, etc. Boy. Now this is, and then this is feared. Okay, near. Now this is there, pair, and this is ua. So these are 20 vowel sounds. And now I have covered introductory unit to Allama Iqbal Open University book. So we are now at the end. So I think now after watching this video, you should again read this first introductory unit, and if there is anything that still presents any challenge to you, please send me a text message or call me, or visit my YouTube channel, Rustam's Way of Learning English, and there I have recorded separate video lectures upon all these, about all these notions or concepts. And in the next video recording I will discuss unit number 1, introduction to phonemes. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.